Okay, welcome back everyone. Today it's a little bit late stream. I wasn't supposed to stream today, but things turned out a little bit different and I have some time. And what happens is that my keyboard just decided to give up on me. And what is interesting is that for some reason, the infrared, which is on here and on the other side, one is over here and the other one is here. I use it for layer switching. It stopped working. This is kind of odd because I don't know why it suddenly stopped working. But it seems that it's still working because when you take a look at it through phone camera, you can, at least it looks like, you can see this faint infrared glow coming out from it. So I think it works. I mean, at least it looks like there's power coming to the infrared. I have no idea why it's not reading anything. And today at work, I was trying to work on it and it completely stopped responding. After I hooked it up to my PC, there was no response, no key was working, even trackball wasn't working, which hardly ever happens because sometimes it would happen that the trackball is working, but for some reason keys are not responding. Maybe there is something wrong with the I2C. This one doesn't have, I think that this one doesn't have resistors on I2C. So possible that might be the issue compared to for example, Cordy, where we fixed something similar, I guess, what was happening. Then now when I came back home, I hook it up. At least I have the keys. I think it should be still responding, or maybe decided to give up on me again. Let's take a look over here. Okay, I see that, yeah, it still reads, but for example, over here, when I put my finger on these keys, I should have Control, Alt, and Shift. But as you can see, nothing happens. It's not switching the layer as it was supposed to. None of the infrared works, and I'm very surprised that it happened like that. So yeah, I think we have to figure out what's wrong with it, try to fix it, because that's the only fully functional prototype that I've been using. I have a bunch of other keyboards, but over time, most of them have different, maybe not the layout, because layout is mostly the same for most of the time, but the wiring is a little bit different. And for example, the firmware I have for this one, it doesn't quite fit any other one. And I think even the controllers are a little bit different. I think the other prototypes are still on AVR, and this one is already on ARM. So yeah, that would be another issue. So I would like to rather stay away from trying to downgrade the firmware and put it on the other keyboard to make it work. I would rather try to figure out what is wrong with this one. The whole thing is very odd to me. Nothing ever happened like that before. So I would like to really try to figure out what is wrong. And yeah, where should we start with it? I think maybe definitely we should unplug the other half. I don't even have another keyboard that I could plug in and check the other half. Although, yeah, I mean, I do have, but the wiring is different, so it doesn't make sense. Well, anyways, let's hide this. It looks like those bearings, they could use a little bit of cleaning. My initial thought was that, why is it so dark in here? Is it just me? Yeah, I think I have all the lights on. Yeah, okay. It looks kind of odd from here. which light is lacking? Let's see. Okay. Yeah, I was thinking that maybe there's something wrong with the I2C expanders, especially this morning when the whole thing went down. But then at the same time, it shouldn't really stop moving the cursor. But also what happened, like when I tried to plug it in, it would immediately jump into bootloader. So that looked like it's reading one of the keys that are meant for boot magic, and boot magic is something that you can use. You can hold the key and power up the keyboard, and then instead of booting into like normal operation mode, you will jump into firmware flashing. So that's what was happening. It would instantly jump into firmware flashing even though I wasn't holding any key. So that would suggest maybe something's wrong with the I2C expanders, like it's reading high state on all of them. Yeah, very odd, very odd. I do have some PCBs. I think I could just print and build one more. But this one is a prototype, like all of my keyboards, and I don't want to build yet another one. I would like to have a final design and build it then. And of course I have one more at work, but I can't bring it here. Let's see what's wrong. It might be something simple, maybe some wire just detached or something like that. That would be very nice if it was just an easy fix. Oh no, okay. Looks like I did put the resistors over here. So we have two resistors on I2C. Well, it doesn't look the best, but I think, yeah, it does the job. Okay, so where do we go from here? Okay, that is... It looks like it should be okay. There's ground over here. Super odd. Super odd. Maybe worth checking if something happened after I opened it. Maybe there's a wire touching somewhere. I don't really know. How about now? Okay, so infrared is still dead. Okay, I guess we would have to open up the bottom. Well, we do have some communication going on because like the basic keys still work. I have all the keys, and just right now the mouse was working as well, so that's kind of okay, but I think we'll have to open it up and see what's happening with the infrared. It's rather odd that all three of them died at the same time, and I'm a little bit worried that maybe something happened to the I2C expander where the infrareds are hooked up, and that would suck. the great reveal. What do we have? Looks like everything is holding up okay on this end. I don't quite like this solution with this potentiometer, but we have to deal with it for now. Okay, I think I'm gonna be needing oscilloscope probe. Okay, give me a second. I need to find the cable that will be only power, because if I hook it up and I start rolling the keyboard around, I might press something by accident. And I don't think I have a key or I have a cable like that anywhere. Okay, give me a second. Okay, this one should do. I think it's just power. Let's hook it up. Oh, maybe a little bit too early. I need to find ground somewhere. Somewhere where I can plug it in without worry that I'm gonna short something. Okay, I'm gonna use ground from the infrared over here. Looks steady. Right, let's see what is happening over here. Okay, looks like we have some voltage on the collector. And if I put my finger, okay, so the diode works, so that's not good. As you can see, if I cover the infrared, the voltage goes down, so that is okay. That is how it was supposed to be. Okay, let me think about it. I think I removed some. Okay, have I done it myself? Because I was cleaning the firmware and I removed some stuff because I thought it's not really being used anymore. But maybe it is. Maybe that was the LED. I mean, that was the infrared. Oh, that would be funny if I had done it myself. Okay, but then... Right. Not enough space. Let's do a quick check. What have I done? And was it my fault or was it something wrong with the keyboard itself? Okay, I should have the old firmware somewhere. Okay, over here. And I think I might have missed one small detail. Okay, matrix.c, what? Okay, this one. Okay, so that was just the ball scroll, so that doesn't apply to this one. I mean, doesn't apply to this issue. Okay, have I removed anything else that might have been useful for the infrared? Okay, expander data. Okay, it doesn't look like it, so that is not good. And I am reading the infrared. It's being put over here. Am I doing anything with it? Infrared status. Okay, that is interesting because I'm gathering it in this variable, but doesn't look like I'm doing anything meaningful with it. Expander data, okay. I might have went too far with my cleaning. Yeah, probably I removed the part that was responsible for putting this infrared inside the matrix, because I can see that I'm gathering it over here, but like there's a debounce, and probably, yeah, I was setting it after the debounce. Right. So looks like that's a different row altogether. Okay, so I think I messed it up with the firmware. So it's not an electrical issue. Oh, hello, Lander. Good to see you. Well, it's morning for you, I suppose. What time is it in Europe? It's coming to noon, right? I'm 6 hours ahead, so it's evening over here in Singapore. Yeah, I messed up my keyboard. I was cleaning up the source code and infrared stopped working. I was like, shit, I think I killed my keyboard with, you know... Yeah, six, so it's yeah, it's noon, right, yeah. Yeah, so I removed the part of the code that was responsible for putting the infrared inside the matrix, and I had it over here. I had to put it after the bounce, and then I was a little bit reckless removing this stuff, and the infrared stopped working. And at first I was thinking, okay, I might have like killed the infrared, maybe the I2C expander died or something. And I started like I started checking everything, but like infrared works, there is an output. That was shit. I remember that I was actually doing some code cleanup, and that reminded me that most probably I've messed up something, and like looking at the source code right now, it looks like I did. So now I'm trying to figure out what was the piece of code. Of course, I'm not using Git, so I can't go back. And I need to check because I had them connected in a very odd way. Yeah, I mean, I am using it on some stuff, but yeah, it is what it is. I think I have Git archive on Cordy. I have it on my modules, but like this is a very old source code, so yeah, I should have done it. I have an old source over here, but I don't see any. Oh no, there is something with infrared. Maybe I'll be able to scoop it up from here. Okay, I think there is a part over here. I'm reading infrared. Okay, this is left. Yeah, it's a little bit messed up because the wiring was also... I didn't think it through. So they are not on the same... I think they're on the same column, but not on like 3 consecutive rows. So I had to do some jumping around. Oh yeah, this reminds me your previous stream when you were doing this chording keyboard for that guy. Was it just me, or did he have like multiple keys chords, like 3, 4 keys at the same time? I think I saw like 5 keys at the same time pressed. Yeah, but that's rather hard to press. I have on my Cordy, I have just maybe a handful of combinations where I'm using 3 keys at the same time. And on top of that, my keyboard has ultralight switches, even for MX. So I can't imagine pressing 5, even if they are like low weight. That's still kind of heavy, I would say. Not the best experience. Well, you don't really have much choice. I guess the only light switch that is available is chalk blue, right? I don't think there is anything lighter than that. And on the MX side, I haven't seen anything lighter than 35 grams. Unless you can get the springs from Sprit, but these are hard to come by. And I think you can get 20 grams, 25 grams from there, but like impossible to buy right now. Okay, 32 grams. Okay, Sprit, springs. I was able some time ago. I bought, I think, 20C or something like that. Do they even have it? Okay, Supreme. Yeah, impossible even to find on the store. I can't even find it on the site anymore. Yeah, but they have, first of all, they have a little bit weird naming because, for example, they have 25. I think they call it CN 25, but the real weight is 20 grams. Yeah, so I was able to buy these some time ago, and that's it. Okay, it's over here. Oh, you see, they have steno. Yeah, over here there's a bit of steno. So I think I have these 20 or 25, can't remember. Yes, I think they are 20 grams. Ah, yeah, sure, of course. But it's a hot swap MX and chalk, or just MX, or just chalk? Oh, just MX. Okay, yeah. There were supposed to be stores that are selling. I think there is a steno store. And they have, I think they have those springs, or else they had them in offer somewhere. But yeah, good luck. Okay, they have 20 gram springs, 50 pieces. No way, you can buy it. I wonder if it's real. Oh yeah, chalk is okay, but the 20 grams, they make a lot of noise. What I did, I bought nocturnals, and then I swapped them with springs from the blues, and that is okay. That's they don't clap that bad. But what you can do, I think you can just buy those O-rings, like the round white seal O-rings, and you can just put them underneath the keycap, and that also helps a little bit. Yeah, but looks like I found a store with 20 gram springs. I wonder if they have them in stock, or it's just like, you know, most of the stuff on the mechanical stores that you see on offer, then you order and it never arrives, and then the store closes and that's it. And you have no product and no money. Oh yeah, I also like silent switches. I'm using Pitch, Otemu Pitch. Yeah, I think I saw it some time ago as well. It's quite old, so yeah, maybe it works. Maybe they do have them. That would be nice. What's that? Electric foam? Oh wow. Okay, that's interesting. $25, not bad. Electric foam. Actually, I've never heard about that. Okay, but I'm like getting away from what I was supposed to do. I was supposed to fix this crap. Yeah, let's copy this stuff. Looks like something important. But I think the name should be okay, expander data, current row. Okay, IrDA status. I think I should drop it. Okay, expander data. Yeah, I think I should just go back to the drawing board and make a proper KMK JSON file for this keyboard finally. Because like what I'm doing, I'm just like handcrafting the whole matrix. It would be easier if I just had it normal without any magic. Yeah, so that's one infrared, that's another one, and where's the third one? Handcrafting matrix or what? Ah, yeah, true, yeah. Yeah, I messed up. I definitely messed up. Okay, so that's one infrared, that's another one. I wonder which layer is that. Okay, let's see. Yeah, but what was odd was that okay, there was no input. Okay, there was no input because I wasn't putting anything inside the array. So that's why I wasn't seeing any keys being pressed on the matrix. God damn it. Okay, I think, okay, I'm gonna just take my chance over here. I'm gonna do it like this. And we see what happens. Planning to stream today, Lander? But not to mention that okay. Okay, it looks like we have a lot of work. Yeah, and the funny thing is that when I when I killed the infrared. So over here there's infrared, and I had it set up as a boot magic. And boot magic is like when you press a key, or for example, you could just cover the infrared, so that would interpret this as a press. So this one was used to flash it, so you could just connect the power, hold the infrared, and then you would go into flashing mode. But since I stopped reading that, it wasn't working. And then for some reason, I don't know why, this key also stopped working. Okay, I wasn't able to get into, because I have another way to get into flashing mode. I can go through the leader key, but in order to get to the leader key, I also had to press here, because it was on a different layer, and then over here was the leader key. So I was locked out from flashing. I was kind of stupid. So I moved it to this key, so no more infrared. I think the key would be more reliable. Okay, let's see if it flashes and what will come up out of it. Okay, it flashed, but yeah, I don't know if this is the current. Oh yes, okay, matrix. All right, let's see what happens. Okay, it doesn't want to go into the boot mode. That's not good. How about I force it? Okay, there it is. Yeah, what makes me also kind of worried is that it completely died today on me. I wasn't able to make it work. And when I came back home, it came back to life. Okay, what do we have here? And do I have my infrared? I don't. It's getting very hot over here. Okay, but at least I think I should be able to see like what it's reading. Okay, not good, not good. Okay, now it's back to the flashing mode. That shouldn't happen like that. Yeah, it's back to flashing mode. Oh boy, so many issues. Okay, 08. It would be nice if I could tell what is that actually. Okay, maybe I will just disable boot magic for now, because it looks like it's causing more trouble than it's worth. Okay, boot magic over here. That's kind of fast for such a big change. Okay, I hope it compiled correctly. Oh, hi, I'm Miss Obtain, right? I hope I got it correct. How is it going? And I am back to the flashing mode. Ah, shit, I don't know if it's even correctly changed. I have this stuff to TJF, right? Finally Friday. And happy holiday if you happen to celebrate. Okay. Something is off. It shouldn't be going into the boot mode. Especially now when I switch off boot magic. Okay, I switched it off on the wrong keyboard. God damn it, what a mess. What a mess. Hey Tech Teens, welcome. Bored at the studies again? Watching streams instead of studying? Okay, one more try. Ah, yeah, okay, I forgot. I was working today, so it feels to me like an average day. Well, I don't know about that, but yeah, probably. You're building on Macropad. Are we gonna publish it? Okay, now it should be off. Okay, I'm not seeing it. All right. Wow. Looks like it works finally. Oh, why not? It would be nice to see. Okay, what do we have here? Oh, finally. Finally, looks like we are reading something. Okay, but we are not reading the infrared. Okay, yeah, so that is interesting. These two keys. Are you saying the Macropad to a company? Oh, that's nice. Okay, so no infrared works, or it does work? Oh no, okay, one is working over here. Oh, no, that's not infrared. Yeah, I think. Okay, this should be encoder, right? Let's see. Yeah, that's encoder. So the seventh row over here. Ah, you can't see. God damn it. Right, so the seventh row should be infrared. Ah yes, moon mission, right, I forgot about that. And that was kind of, how to call it, unexpected. Like, for some time they were like trying to fly, but there were some issues, and suddenly they are up there. But I wasn't following the news. Okay, so we are getting somewhere. Right, 0 and 8. Why was it locked on the... Okay, so that's okay. That's the 8 and 7. Why was it locked for flashing? I don't know. Okay, but the issue is that we don't have infrared yet. Okay, I am reading it somewhere over here. Okay, right IrDA. So that's infrared right. That's left. So I have all of that over here. Okay, I guess I need to change that. And I think that should fix the issue, because I think the 7th row was actually the infrared and I had it compiled together into one row. So maybe this will work. Alright, there we are back. Let's see. Okay, still no infrared. Oh no, okay. It's not showing up on the matrix scan. That is kind of odd. Let's see, but like it looks like it works. Look, if I put my finger, I won't be able to see. I don't have a good view. Okay, how about this? Right, so I put my finger over here. And now I should have Alt Control. And yeah, okay, so this works. But at the same time, wait, I think it's... Right, now it should be... Okay, let's see. Yeah, I don't see any changes. Why it's not printing the matrix? Let's go back. Okay, the print matrix, I think it's somewhere over here. Okay, matrix init, power down. Yes, okay, I commented this out, but it's still printing. Okay, where is it printing from? Okay, I2C master, blah blah blah. I don't see anything interesting, but I think there was one more function somewhere. Okay, print matrix. Okay, but does it really matter? Okay, so the bottom row. So the bottom row is actually that's the infrared, right? If you can only see that. Yeah, so the bottom row, that's the infrared, but when I touch it, nothing happens. Okay, let's press other key. Okay, that's interesting. I wonder why it's not quite working from here. I think I need to check the source code. I was looking at... Where was it? Quantum, matrix. Yes, Ms. Optane, I am streaming from Singapore. I think it was over here, matrix common, and do they have print matrix over here, get row, matrix on, blah blah blah. Okay, there is matrix print. So I guess that's what it's printing. Okay, print matrix row. Which one is it using? Okay. Okay, print matrix row. Okay, print matrix get row. My god, so much jumping. Okay, matrix get row. Okay, so it looks like it should be taking from the matrix, so it should be after the bouncing. Okay, the bounce is over here. So I am putting my stuff correctly. Oh, okay. Matrix scan quantum. Okay, that is quite odd. Yep. No response, but I guess it works. Yeah, I definitely need to... Does it work if I swap? Okay, swap doesn't work. How about this one? Okay, something is messed up again. Holy shit. Have I locked a key? No, I haven't. Okay, numpad is locked right now. I think we need to clean it up a little bit. Okay, is helpful in coding? Well, I don't know, I'm not using it. Maybe that's why it takes me so long to fix anything. And in the process I will usually break even more than I fix, just like today. I thought that my keyboard stopped working, so I thought that, you know, maybe there was something wrong. Maybe I destroyed the I2C expander or something like that, and turned out that I was just cleaning my source code and I removed the part that was responsible for processing infrared, and yeah, I ended up without being able to reflash and, you know, do most of the things with the keyboard. Well, I don't like this part. This resistor over here, it looks like it might be touching something. Well, I guess the best solution would be just to tape it, right? Nice music, thank you. Handpicked by me. So I'm glad that you enjoyed it. Okay, I guess that will do. Looks professional, right? Okay, let's try to put the bottom on. So yeah, I'm happy that I didn't kill the I2C expander because it seemed like it might be dead. But yeah, Okay, I guess it's looking good. Let's put everything back and we can take a look at what's happening with the firmware. I should get this cleaned up. Just like new. Well, the tweezers don't really work that well with those tiny bearings, the white ones. It's very easy to lose them. Maybe if I had a rubber one, that they have like a rubber tip, that would be okay. But with the metal tip, it's almost impossible to grab them. And with the finger, the finger's a little bit greasy, so it's a little bit easier to push them inside the hole. So yeah, very tricky part. And I lost so many of them already. Those bearings, good that they are cheap. Okay, let's see, what do we have over here? Okay, what does it say? Can't read what? Left side connection error. Oh, come on. No way. Okay, reading a left IrDA. Oh, how come? Oh shit. Yeah, that was great. Yeah, also it's a bit of a design failure on my end because I have I'm gonna show you in a while. I have a USB over there, a USB-C socket, and the problem with it is that it's not meant to be used like that because it's very difficult to hold it in place, and from time to time it will just release. Come on. Yeah, from time to time the socket will just release and it won't be, it'll be far away. Yeah, I know, I have a foot pedal because sometimes when I'm doing, for example, when I use this, so I will just release the pedal, so it will be something like this. But you can't hear the screwdriver, but if it was all the time like this, then it would be kind of noisy. So yeah, but sometimes the foot pedal also doesn't work too well, so... Yeah, so what was I saying is that I have a USB-C socket there, and the socket kind of sucks, and sometimes I will just push it inside. I tried using some hot glue on it, but to no success. But yeah, I already found different ones. Yeah, as you can see, it's pushed out, so I have to push it back in. I don't really have a good way to lock it over there. I tried hot glue before. The glue after some time would just release as well. And on the other half, it's the same issue, but I have different sockets right now, which, yeah, I have these. Yeah, so these are perfect. They have huge mounting holes, and I think I can use them. Maybe a little bit concerned about the size, about the height. Yeah, but maybe I can put them somewhere else, maybe over here. So they won't be using this much space, but yeah, definitely will be better and easier to replace even if this breaks. So yeah, that's what I will use in the next build. Yeah, I think I have over-engineered my stream a little bit. But at least I hope it's a good experience. Like when I'm moving the screens, I also have I have a 4K screen, which I can, when I move the mouse, the screen it's 4 different 1080p screens. And I'm using, what was the name from Microsoft? Fancy zones, right? So I split it into 4 different zones, and I have 4 different windows. And when I move the cursor, the stream will shift from one window to another one. So it's like 4 windows at the same time. I don't have to switch between, I have to use Alt Tab, and I don't have to use virtual desktops. It's nice as well. Okay, it should fit right now. Okay, is there anything I can put inside to prevent it from moving? Would be nice maybe if I add some glue, but I know that the glue won't hold, and I don't have anything else to put there. I wish there was some kind of a way to lock it over there. I didn't think this through when I was designing the whole thing, so now I struggle making it work. How about maybe yeah, there's nothing that would fit. Yeah, maybe at some point I could redesign this part, so it would be maybe locking, something I can take a look at. Right, okay, so it should be okay right now. Let's put it back, because the firmware still doesn't work as it should, and I don't like it. Also, I was thinking about adding some more keys, because I was looking today at what is available between Windows and Mac, and I noticed that you can also control the windows. So you can have a shortcut that will move the window to like a quarter of the screen, like upper or lower, or you can just do like a half or even full screen, or minimize the window. And I think most of the keys, most of the functions are shared between Windows and a Mac. So I think I will be adding more keys to my OS Hour module. So this way I could have the same set of keys to control Windows on both operating systems. That would be kind of neat. It's always faster to use a shortcut than trying to move the window by hand. Okay, how about now? This time it should work, no problem. No errors? No errors, perfect. Okay, I can even read the matrix. Right, but the problem is that... Okay, it stopped working. Okay, on the right side works, and the left side does the... Okay, swap doesn't work as well. Yeah, something is off. Right. Okay, how was it even set up? Okay, this one, I don't think it's valid. Right, it's not valid. Which key is it even? Okay, DBD. Okay, so that's not what we want. Okay, over here. Right, so on the bottom there should be infrared. Okay, so looks like the position is correct. So we have right one over here. And if we take a look, so that's one. And then in the middle we have two more. Okay, 7 and 8. Okay, so that will be okay. 7 and 8. Okay, 6 and 7. Okay, because it's from 0. Okay, so this works. So what is wrong with it? Okay, the right side. Okay, so the right infrared works, but the left one doesn't. Oh yeah, that's true. If you're building a custom keyboard, it takes a lot of time to nail everything down. I've been working on this one for like quite some time. Maybe not all the time. It was like on off, on off. I will be resuming soon after I finish Core D. But yeah, there's always something that you need to tweak, something that you need to add. It like never ends. It never really ends. Okay, I don't like this line over here because this infrared status, so that will be one whole row, but infrared, it's the opposite. So it's on when it's off, actually. So that should be flipped. Okay, should I think I should make, like, I should negate the whole thing. Yeah, because the infrared, it works in this way that right now the state is high because like I'm not touching it, so the collector is, I think it's closed, right, or something like that. So it's pulled up to VCC, so that's why we have 3 ones on the infrared. It's a little bit funny that like when I press it, it doesn't change, but it should change. It should go back to 0, but maybe that's the issue. So I think if I invert, okay, Okay, let me think about it. But doesn't look like I was inverting the infrared before. Okay, infrared position. Yeah, so it is definitely locked right now. Okay, I'm gonna give it a shot. I think I am right about that. Ah shit, I forgot about boot magic. God damn it. Now I have to open it again. Is there anything else I can do? Probably not. Ah shit. It's maybe binary because com team. Okay, I don't get the last part. Yeah, but like this, the infrared keys are kind of inversed because like looking from the keyboard perspective, keyboard sees them as always on. And they look off when I touch it, so I have to flip it. But now the issue is that I closed the keyboard and I forgot to enable boot magic, so I can't flash it. Yeah. Ah shit. Okay, a little bit too fast. I really should have put some kind of a button, push button to be able to flash. I think I have to add it to my to-do list because like even though I have a boot magic and all these things that should help, sometimes you know you're gonna change something and then you're locked out, just like what I did right now. And I have to remove everything. Yeah, I have no access. Okay, looks like it's working, but not booting. Okay, gotcha. Okay, let's see what happens now if I press a button. Okay, so you see the infrared is not on at the bottom. And now if I press, okay, it's revert. Okay, that's 0. Okay, it's still not alright, I'm afraid. And it's locked. Okay, I need to think about it a little bit more, what I want from this. Okay, I need to filter out only these three values. 6, 7. Was it 6, 7 or 7, 8? 7, 8, I guess. And this one was which one? So that will be 14. Okay, 6th and 7th. Yeah, and 14th, right. Okay, maybe we can do it like this. How about for the left side? So that's this one over here. Okay, so I'm reading the data. Okay, so I'm already getting these. Okay. Okay, so I'm flipping the bit over here. Okay, so that is correct. Okay, and I'm doing the same over here. Yeah, so basically I should have a proper readout. I don't have to swap these bits over here because I already do the swapping when I'm reading. So I will read the whole data, I will swap it, and I will then just filter out the part that I need for the infrared. But then they will show up still as a... Okay, let's try one more time to flash it. what do we have here? Okay, now it's clean. I am not seeing any... Okay, too far. Alright, I am not seeing any infrared, so the bottom is clean. So if I... Okay. I think I know where the issue is. I think the issue is here. I just need to enable it, and then the next time if it's released, then it's gonna get cleaned up. So when I was trying to clean it up, I would just, you know, leave it enabled. Now it should be okay. Oh, I have an error. No way. What does it say? Okay, matrix scan, blah blah blah. Okay, declaration. Okay, input. Ah, yes, yes. Okay, this should make it happy. Right. Okay, now this time it should be okay. Okay, the keyboard works, and if I put my finger... Okay, it's not cleaning? How come? It should be... Yeah, it's locked. How come? Holy shit. What? Now it's having error? Okay, it's back. Wow. What are those keys? What is happening over here? Shit, why is it still locked? God damn it. What am I doing wrong here? Yeah, probably. Although I don't know if water will help that much. But I will follow your advice. Well, this is rather simple, right? We are reading it, and okay, if IrDA status, yeah, all of them will lock. Okay, so it looks like this one is always on somehow, even though I am not touching the infrared, which is rather odd. That shouldn't be what it's reading from there. What is wrong over here? That's kind of odd, because like when we started from scratch, like from the fresh keyboard, so yeah, everything is 0, right? I mean, this, you don't have to worry about these two, because this is the encoder and they're not really taken into any kind of a key. This one is being handled by the module that we just wrote recently. But yeah, on the bottom, there is no infrared on. And now if I press, it goes back, I mean it goes on, but it should also go off, but somehow it doesn't. And the keyboard thinks that it's still on a different layer. Yeah, so it's giving me modifiers instead of normal keys. Okay, so that would mean that this status is like always high, but okay, why is this a global value? Does it have to be global? Let's because I need to preserve it like between the calls? I don't probably, like I don't need it. Let's change that. I think that might be the issue. Such a mess over here. That's matrix init. Okay, debounce. Okay, nothing interesting here. Okay, expand that changed. Okay, let's see what happens now. Yeah, I really have to clean up this code. I need to make a proper JSON file for this keyboard and like get away from doing everything by hand. It always backfires on me. I did clean up Cordy already, and it's it's a huge difference. Like everything is so much better now. Okay, is it flashed? Like, all right, it is. So, okay, finally, yeah. So I should have changed the value. I mean, I don't really need this being global variable. I don't need to preserve the state between different calls. I don't know why it was even like that. Yeah, so now finally it seems to be working. If you take a look at the bottom row, so that's one infrared, and I touch it and I release. That's another one, yeah. And that's the third one. And let's see if they actually work. Where can I move that stuff? Right, so I should have a control here and normal letters. This one should be swap. Yeah, perfect. And this one modifiers as well. Great, that is awesome. So we managed to save the keyboard. So I didn't break it, even though I thought I did. I mean, actually I did, but it wasn't electrical, it was just my awesome coding skills. Okay, we still have some time. I guess I'm gonna, I think I will just do this keyboard off stream. I will make a proper JSON file, maybe tomorrow, if I have time. But today I would like to still jump into the modules, maybe. I was also looking. I'm also waiting Artemus live stream to... Artemus, who's that? I don't know if he's still around, but there is Lander 03XD. You can find him on Twitch, and he also has a YouTube channel. And he's also building keyboards, wireless keyboards, fancy keyboards, steno keyboards, keyboards that have low amount of keys, which I like a lot. So you can check him out as well. And I think he's streaming in a more reasonable time compared to me. Especially if you are in Europe time zone, European time zone. If I can, maybe I can just drop his... Okay, give me a second, I should be able to find his socials. Lander 03. There you are. Yeah, there you go. You can check this guy. Yep, should be good. Yeah, I think that's the address, right? Lander 03XD. I think he also has you can check his socials. Can you see the link? Yeah, I think the link just popped out. Yeah, he has a Twitch, he has a YouTube channel and a Discord and a webpage. He's doing art as well. Cool stuff. Okay. Right, one more thing. I forgot about one more thing. What happened to the boot magic? Why did it stop working? Let's go back. Is this the correct file? Yes, that is the correct file. And where was that? Okay, boot magic, this one. Let's go back to true. I am kind of tempted right now to bring back the infrared, but I think I'm gonna skip that. I think I'm just gonna stick to the normal key. And okay, I hope I will be still able to remember that I need to add the push button to reset on the next version of the keyboard. Okay, but BootMagic is on over here on the config file. Where are we? This one. Okay, config file is BootMagic row 1. Which one is it gonna be? Is it this one? Okay, row 115. Okay, so that's my backspace over here. Is it? No. Okay, so I messed up something. That's why it was always on. Why did it change to 15? Yeah, no wonder, because the encoder is over here. And my escape is 8. So it's gonna be row 0. And where did those two values come from? Wow. That should be 0. And that should be 8, if I'm correct. One more try. Escape. Yeah, that's 8 over here. And that's my backspace key. Where did these two come from? No idea. No wonder that it was always getting into flashing mode. Because these are like, well, depending how you move the encoder, like if I rotate it a bit, now we have to 0, so it wouldn't go into boot mode anymore, but yeah, that's not what I wanted. Okay, let's see if I'm right about that, if it brought back BootMagic. Okay, does the keyboard work? Okay, looks like it's working. And if I unplug it, do I have BootMagic? Yes. Okay. Okay, does it work? All right, it works. So I think we can assemble it back. I hope no more surprises over here. Oh, you mean on Andres' YouTube channel? I haven't checked the number of subscribers, but he has quite a number of views, especially on his, he showed his steno keyboard. And that's I think he has over like 1000 plus views. Very nice keyboard. I think I even saw this video before I saw his channel, like it was suggested to me. Very cool stuff. And it's wireless. Now 85, cool, awesome. I am one of them as well. Okay, I think the keyboard is working. Somehow the ball kind of... Okay, I think because I cleaned it. Okay, so how are the keys? Okay, modifiers, alright. Control Alt, alright. Looks like everything is working as intended. And the swap, alright, perfect. Okay, what was I supposed to check? I was also working on my encoders and I was trying to make it work a little bit better because I realized that I wasn't able to change the resolution. Now I can. So we can define it over here, and what have I done? Where did I put that? Okay, see you later, bye. Not sure if I will be sticking for long. It's kind of late for me, but what I wanted to check... Okay, encoders in matrix. Ah, yes, okay, so I have it over here. And I wanted to check what is the resolution right now. Okay, so resolution now is 2, and if I change that to, let's say, 32, so that should be a little bit slow to scroll, but I'm curious if it's gonna work. I think it worked before. Okay, now it's super slow. So okay, looks like this one works. And what will happen if I remove it from the config file? I think it should go back to the default one, which should be 2. Okay, so now the scroll should be back to 2. Okay, yeah, it's nice and fast. Right. The one thing that I wasn't able to make it work is that I have this function over here in encoders in matrix update user, and because of the way how I am implementing everything, I can't have it like a weekly defined because it will complain about the type. If I go over here and comment this one out, okay, so now it's gonna complain that it's not defined at all. Okay, makes me wonder. Okay, the issue here is that we have a type, and the type is defined over here, right, this one. So I can't have a definition of this function anywhere else because this type is only defined in keymap. So I can have this function only defined over here in introspection.c. And the problem is that if I make a weak function over here, then it's gonna complain that I'm trying to redefine it, even though it's defined as a weak function. So if I remove this And over here, okay, let's do okay, this should be like this. It was attribute. I think it was like this. I think I have one more somewhere. Okay, attribute underscore, okay, week. Right, so if I leave it like that and I try to compile this, I'm gonna get a message that I'm trying to redefine this function. Am I? Yeah. Okay, what does it say? Okay, redefinition of encoder matrix, update user. And probably I can't drop it inside the introspection.h. Can I? Yeah, no, it can't be like this. And probably even if I add something like that. Okay, let's save it. Yep, exactly. What is the problem? Unknown type. Oh yeah, of course. So it's complaining about the type. And the problem is that this type is only available in keymap file because I want to be able to add the names for the encoders. So we only define it over here. So basically, yeah, I can only have this function defined over here, and like if I have it here, it can't be weak because then it would be redefinition. Okay, so I think I'll have to leave it like that. Okay, save this one. Okay, now it should be okay. Okay, it's not okay. Have I missed something? Okay, encoders in matrix. What's the problem? Okay, implicit declaration. Okay, it shouldn't complain about it over here. It should be okay. do some introspection.c 33. Okay, so this one, that's the issue. Okay, that is correct. Why it's not compiling? It's basically back to what we had before. Not sure if it's gonna help. Yeah, unknown type. Okay, that's expected. I don't think it's the source has updated. Okay, one more try. Okay, I think finally it triggered. Okay, got it. Okay, so we are basically back to square one, and I was looking at QMK encoders. Yeah, and you can have a different resolution for different encoder. Okay, how can we do that? Because we have the names already, but they are not quite being used that much. And this is basically just for the reference. So this name doesn't really go anywhere. If you take a look, there's a name over here, but we only take path A and path B, and that's it. And of course we can't generate how can we byte this? Well, it would be easier if I would change my encoder type, if I would compress everything into like a structure. So then I can have a... I wouldn't be needing the whole array like I have right now. I could just have a structure with different fields, so I could have a encoder path A, and that could be maybe yet another type. And then we could add the name, we could add what we could add as well, we could add the resolution. Okay, I'm curious like how it's done in QMK. Encoder.h, encoder.c. I think they have one more file, something common. No, encoder.h. But I think there was one more file. Maybe somewhere in the utilities or somewhere else. I think I saw it. Alright, over here encoder. Oh, that's a config. Okay, so maybe not so much. Mock. Okay, so I think it's a test. Oh yes, it's a test. Okay, so wrong folder. Okay, so they have structures for encoder events. Okay, so they have structures for the encoder events only, but for me it would be handy if I could have my encoder in a structure, and I think that would work for me. And then I would be able even to generate from here. Would I be able to change the type? Yeah, maybe I could, because instead of doing this dynamically over here, from an enum, I could just have an array of size of the number of encoders, but the type would be known. Okay, I think I will think about it off stream. We can come back to this on Monday. At least for today, I managed to bring back my keyboard to life. Just a tiny code removal at the end over here. Completely wreck it. Inside the matrix, was it? Yeah, at the bottom of matrix. Yeah, I removed I removed this and the whole keyboard collapsed. Yeah, I really need to update this to like a proper JSON file. I will see how it goes. Maybe I can do it over the weekend. But yeah, it's a holiday at the same time. Okay. Anyways, I think we are done for today. I really need to think about this encoder thingy if I want to have it in a type that is a structure, and that would be very helpful. Very easy to define, because like right now I'm kind of limited. I can only create an array from the paths, and that's pretty much it. And yeah, if I would like to add different resolution for different encoder, and this method can give you like many encoders, because like you are using the keyboard key matrix. So basically you can have like the maximum number of keys divided by 2. If we take a look at KMK, what's the maximum? What was the maximum size? Okay. How many keys can we have? Columns. Okay, we can have 32 columns. And how many rows we can have? Matrix rows. I don't think there is that much of a limit in rows. Yeah, it's just the columns. Then you can even like have it flipped. Probably, yeah, so that's like a lot of keys. So you can have that divided by 2, you can have this many encoders, which is definitely more than anyone will ever want. Yeah, but the method is great because you don't really waste your pins for encoders. You just drop them inside the matrix and everything works, which is great. All right. I guess thank you very much for watching. If you made it all the way till the end, I wish you happy Easter. Have plenty of rest, and come back on Monday, which is also, I think, holiday. Yeah, but I think I will be on. So yeah, we can push some more work. By then, I have to decide like what to do with those encoders. And what else? Yeah, the additional keys for the modules, for the OSA module. Yeah, there will be plenty of work. Right. Okay. So thank you once again, and bye bye. See you.